back to 405 Sports. Today we have our Sports Roundup, and go ahead and give it to Zach with College World Series.
I did a big old outlook thing on it before it started, and my predictions have been pretty good so far. I had OU going to being in the driver's seat, but I had Arkansas on the other side, so I didn't think Ole Miss would be that good, but they were number one for a lot of this year, so that's not super surprising. Texas didn't look very good. Stanford looked horrendous. Got whooped twice.
Stanford did not show up like I thought they would.
OU only's got two stud pitchers, and they've got a really good closer. It's just their offense just carries them. They only have to win one more game to get there, though, so I don't know if it matters how bad the rest of your pitching is, because their offense will probably win one of those games, I'd imagine.
Yeah, has their offense been that good all season long?
It's been pretty good.
Yeah, I wasn't sure because I was watching a few of the games and I was like, these guys aren't stopping.
It's 1 through 9.
Yeah.
And one of their main batters broke their hand, and the dude they plugged in there hit just fine too. So
yeah. So who do you think's gonna win it all with the guys left or with the teams left?
OU and Ole Miss will be the two in the World Series, I think, but Ole Miss pitching staff, I think, their bullpen. I know hasn't given up a run.
Yeah.
The whole postseason.
I saw a stat their bullpen hadn't given up a run since May.
I think
Wow.
Ole Miss's ace will beat Jake Bennett, which his name's DeLucia or something. So Ole Miss will win game 1, but OU's number 2 looks like he could be top 10 draft prospect, and he's a freshman. So they'll probably win game 2, and then game 3 will be absolute toss up.
Yeah.
But OU's offense is better, so if it comes down to that, then yikes.
Will that be the best offense they face? Or
Yeah.
okay.
I think OU's is a lot better than Arkansas.
I don't know if Tennessee was higher or lower.
Tennessee's would, but they ain't make it. So
Yeah. Well, I just didn't know if regular season.
Then I think Tennessee swept them. So we saw how that worked out.
Yeah.
But Tennessee's pitching staff's also really, really good. OU's is all right.
Their bullpen's shaky. It's not.
They got their closer, and that is about it.
Yeah, I think if OU can just keep the hitting going, then I don't know. I just think if you're hot, you're hot. It doesn't matter who you're playing against, pitching wise.
Did you guys see the play OU's first baseman made? Where he went over the fence.
I did see that.
Very first
Over the
pitch
railing.
of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, their closer. I don't think he hasn't given up very many runs, but he is cocky.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I wouldn't mind him blowing one save just to see how the other teams react to that, because every single time he doesn't talk until he gets the third out of that 9th inning, but then he talks a lot.
Yeah.
And the other day, I don't know if he struck anybody out. Notre Dame was hitting him hard, but he got all 3 outs, and he talked his talk.
Notre Dame surprised me.
Their pitching is really, really good too.
Yeah.
Their third baseman's a stud.
Just a bunch of white dudes that mash is pretty much what it been, but that OU dude freaking carved him up. His career high before coming into the postseason was 6 strikeouts, and he's gone 8 strikeouts, 9 strikeouts.
Wow.
And he's a freshman. Yeah. So he wouldn't have been the guy to throw that game, but they moved him up. It would have been Sandlin, the dude that I said was a little shaky, but they went to freshman and worked pretty good. Texas sucks.
Did you see? Ivan Melendez dove and did he dive and hit the ball into the dugout trying to save it, or what was that play? I think it went under the
They
fence.
said it went under the fence, but I think he was arguing where the runners were. They shouldn't have got 2 more bases. They should have just got 1. But that game it wouldn't have mattered.
Yeah.
Because how bad they got beat, but
I
they didn't
just
even
thought
look
that
like
was
they gave
funny.
up a fight. And it looking at it now, Texas in regionals never faced a team with a good pitching staff, and and East Carolina didn't have a good pitching staff, and then they finally run into 2 of them, and they got shut down twice.
Yeah.
And I thought their offense was ridiculous, but
Even when they played us, it still looked ridiculous.
Yeah.
And our starters are good.
And like they have like one of the best stars in the country, and Notre Dame lit him up. I figured that was like one of the. I got the Notre Dame winning part, but I figured it'd be a pitcher's duel, and Notre Dame's ace shoved, but Pete got railed. He got hammered. I didn't think Arkansas would beat the crap out of Stanford, but they did.
Well, it was what, 17-2?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that game. That was.
At like the very end, because it was like 2-3, like
That's
the
what-
whole
Yeah,
time.
it makes you wonder if we get past Arkansas.
What could happen?
Yeah.
I think we would beat Stanford.
I feel like
I don't know. Ole Miss pitching staff may have shut us down, but I would have liked to see it.
I think we would have been in a very similar spot.
Yeah, I mean, they
where
talked.
Arkansas is.
Their fans were talking about it because they're like, we can come back from this because look what Oklahoma State did against us in our regional bro. They were way down and had to come back, and their offense carried them. Our offense could carry them. So that's like the one nice thing they've said about us at all was that they said we had like the best offense in the country. I'm like, probably not the best, but I wouldn't want to face the lineup. That's
Not
for
either,
sure.
that's not.
There's like the bottom couple were iffy, but I wouldn't want to face the top of the lineup.
I just think we ran out of steam near the end.
Yeah.
And little gas probably
Wonder
after playing so much.
if Bryce, what would you have done with him?
Yeah.
I would have loved to see Bryce pitch.
Well, part of it was we had to come all the way back against Missouri State. I was thinking if we can hold them to 2 or 3 runs and use 2 pitchers, then
Yeah.
we might be able to do well. But
Which we did, but
Yeah,
it was
we did.
Trevor. But
We did, but
we just didn't have enough guys.
yeah, I don't know what we'll look like next year because a couple of them like tested the water at like the pro day or whatever, and they said Noel McLean looked like ridiculously
Yeah,
good.
I could
They
see
said
that.
he was like lighting up 98 on the gun, but like if you looked on that day hitting, he had the top 5 exit velos.
Wow.
I'm like, well, he just helped himself out. He's gone.
Yeah, but just
don't off speed.
what is that hitting off the tee?
I don't know.
I bet you it's front toss.
I'm sure they can fix that.
Yeah, it's hard to swing and miss on front toss.
It's just like our pitchers don't do good here, and then they go to the draft, and there's like some, I'd say they weren't good. I don't want to call them bums. They weren't that good here, and they missile their way through like AA, AAA, and like Heaney right now looks ridiculously
Even
good.
Bundy.
Yeah, and like I know, like Battenfield, he was on the team when like Trevor Boone was here. I mean, he was good. They said he looks amazing.
Yeah.
And,
Honestly,
like,
didn't even know Heaney had gone to Oklahoma State.
Yeah, the
because-
Royals pitcher,
Yeah.
Beasley or Helsley.
Oh,
Yeah, he carved the other day about through a no-hitter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
So I think we'll lose literally the whole pitching staff, but we'll see who comes in. Definitely the 1, 2, 3.
We'll go to golf now, and this last weekend was the U.S. Open, and Matthew Fitzpatrick won, which that was kind of a shock because just I don't think anybody had him winning. And then Willie Z had another runner-up finish. He was the favorite to be the runner-up at the Open, so I'll be betting that hard.
He
Was
nailed
it?
it.
Was he actually?
No,
I
it's just
thought
like
it
a
was
joke, but he's had runner-up like 4 times in a row at majors, like Augusta,
Yeah.
the PGA, and then this one.
Well, his
Yeah.
putting showed on 18.
And then today, the PGA Tour announced that they're going to have 8 no-cut events with $20 million purses. So it's pretty much the live.
Yeah, interesting.
But so it's just the top 50 finishers in the FedEx Cup.
Hmm.
So so they're pretty much like on their off weeks, or like during like the off season, I guess. I think they have like 5 weeks, so they'll just sprinkle it here and there. So it's crazy because I bet those live golfers are thinking, what am I doing?
They're
So
going
is-
into defense mode.
Yeah,
Is the FedEx Cup like rankings? Is that run by the PGA?
yeah. Well, it is run by the PGA, but it's depending on how well you do.
Well, I just mean like,
Yeah,
I'll
the
just
point-
take
the
someone
point
like Brooks
system.
Koepka. Is he on the FedEx Cup rankings or
Not now.
So he's not anymore.
Now he's off.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. DJ, Brooks, Louis.
I should know if people like them, like if they're on the list, would they still?
No. So now, yeah, it's all PGA. The FedEx Cup and the PGA are the same thing. So I just think it's interesting that I bet those live golfers are just like, what am I doing?
I mean, they didn't know.
I got a bag. But
Yeah, they got guaranteed
Yeah, they
money.
did, but I don't
You'd
know.
have to win
It's
4 of
not
those tournaments. to
like
get
if
half.
I'm Brooks Koepka, it's not about the money because he has so much
Yeah,
money.
he's
I think it's about like putting your name on trophies with guys that are legendary.
yeah, like legacy.
Yeah.
that's what
Because if you
Rom
win a
said.
live event, who cares?
Yeah.
But-
So they just keep getting
Oh, I
members
mean,
then.
yeah, but
Yeah, but the bad thing about that is PGA wouldn't have done that
No,
if
they would not.
everybody
Yeah.
didn't leave.
Yeah.
He's right.
yeah, but like,
No shot.
if you're Brooks Koepka, does it not sound cool? Like in 50 years, right? Not now. To say you were the first one to win this tournament, like your name's at the top of that.
If it's
trophy.
still
Not
around-
since it's live.
But if it's still around in 50 years.
50 years,
Okay, so-
it'll be a big thing if it stays around that long.
Okay.
So it'll be a prestigious thing.
Yeah, but I'm just
then, and it'll be cool to have your name at the
If
table.
they're
much-
around, then yeah.
I'd much rather win the John Deere Classic than I win the first.
Well, I'm just saying, like, would you rather win the 108th PGA tournament or the first tournament?
I'd rather win the 108th.
Really?
Just because it's such a bigger event. There's so much that goes into it. The guys that are on it have been grinding all their life. These guys just got paid and they can play. Like, there's no.
They got paid.
They got
though
paid because
they grinded.
Yeah, I know,
That's
but I
who
mean,
they
there's
are.
guys on the live that I've never heard
Oh,
of.
well, yeah.
There's people on PGA I've never heard of.
Yeah, well, there's a lot more that goes into it.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
But
There was this thing where it was like, yeah, I really don't care if I join the live or not. This is coming from Brooks. He's like, I don't really care if I join the live or not because all I do is play the majors. It's just,
that's true.
yeah. I don't know. I don't really like the spot that golf's in right now. Because, like, it seems like all the focus should be on the majors. And then when the majors are going on, live comes out with something else.
Mhm.
So, I don't know. I wish it had just stayed the way it was.
Yeah.
Because the guys that are leaving to the live, I actually like. And I don't.
Brooks?
I do like Brooks.
Yeah, I know you do.
So that's good for golf.
Christian Wood is now a Dallas Maverick. That's
What was that trade?
That's good.
Boban, Trey Burke,
Poor Boban.
the 26th pick.
Rehab.
I don't even know.
Yeah.
Or he went also.
I don't think. I mean, the thing, Dallas needed defense, right? That was their whole thing, was interior defense, and
Yeah.
Christian Wood isn't.
He's not awful, but he's not great.
Yeah, but I think it's better than Maxi Kleber.
No, I'm not. It's better than Maxi Kleber, but I'm like, if they're gonna, why did they trade for like Gobert or something like that? It's like,
Yeah, but
This
who
last-
would they trade?
This last couple of years, I don't know how motivated Christian Wood was.
He's
I
on the
mean,
Rockets,
that's, yeah, that's a
fair.
fair point too. But
But you also can't just shop for people that are gonna like. You probably have to do a lot for
Yeah.
Gobert.
Well, also Gobert, they offered the Bulls Vucevic, Kobe White, and someone else just for Rudy. Yeah.
okay, he ain't that good.
So like I
I
don't
think he's pretty good.
his defense is,
I'd
but he
take
gets
it.
exposed a lot.
I don't know. I'd take it
Pistons.
anywhere. If whatever my team was, I don't care who's the post. I'd take it.
I don't know.
It was Boban, Maurice Chris,
Maurice Chris.
Trey Burke, Sterling Brown, and a first round pick.
Sterling Brown.
Yeah, they fleeced him.
Former
Yeah.
Thunder player Sterling Brown.
That'd be good with Luka, I think.
Oh, 100%.
Although I thought Kristaps was really going to work, and it really didn't.
Yeah. I don't know.
I really don't think they'd go back.
I did too. Rumor is they're trying to get Miles Turner, so
Who is?
Mavericks.
Ooh.
Who did you get up from? They don't
That's-
have anything else.
that-
Yeah, they do. Spencer Dinwiddie, Bullock, anybody.
That's true.
They got so much
Hardaway.
Yeah.
Actually.
I think Miles Turner's gonna be a lot harder to trade for than Christian Wood.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, but I'm just. They gave up Boban. Boban
Yeah,
played
yeah,
3 minutes a
that
game.
wasn't.
They also got their first round pick away.
I think it's gonna be like.
I mean, you could get rid of Jalen Brunson.
It's gonna be
Unless
either
they-
Jalen Brunson or Dinwiddie, and at least a first round pick, and probably something else.
No, they could sign and trade Brunson to the Pacers wouldn't want Brunson though. Which wouldn't make sense.
Well, they're getting rid of Brogdon.
That's true. They probably will.
I'm just saying they're gonna have to give up a decent
Package.
chunk for Miles
Yeah, but
Turner.
if you got that big three, then you don't need nobody else.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it doesn't work like baseball. You can just give up your best prospects.
Yeah.
That works pretty well.
Can Can Christian Wood play the 4? Like, can they all?
Yeah.
Can him and Miles Turner play together?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean,
Okay.
I figured they could. But
They would figure it out. And plus, that'd be good for Luka because Miles Turner's been able to space the floor recently.
they're both pretty good.
Yeah.
spacers.
So Christian Wood. NBA draft's coming up.
Yeah.
Don't really know what's going on there. Just, I don't know. I feel like this draft's pretty quiet.
It really is. I haven't heard it.
They're like the top dogs.
Yeah. I've heard like Keegan Murray to 4.
You heard Keegan Murray to 4.
Get him out of here.
That's like the big one I've heard.
Warriors won the finals.
Yeah, Warriors did win the finals.
They don't really have a big three, do they?
Warriors?
Yeah.
I thought Wiggins was better than Clay.
I did too.
Okay, maybe.
Wiggins was.
Yeah, but you know, like superstars, like
I mean, yeah. In theory, their big 3 is
Yeah.
Curry, Clay, and Draymond. But
Curry.
that's why I said.
If Curry didn't ball out, Wiggins had MVP locked up.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
kind of thought,
Wiggins-
I thought
Wiggins
that
is-
too.
He had
Yeah.
Jason Tatum and Snuggie
That's
the whole
what
series.
is like the underrated part that's never going to be talked about is that he locked up Jason Tatum, and that's literally the reason they won.
Well, he
Yeah.
scored like 2 points in the second half of the must-win
Yeah,
game or something.
exactly.
That's
He had
like
13 the whole game, which
Yeah.
is just.
I thought
It's atrocious.
the
he
Celtics
had like
were
6
like
blocks
rushed.
or something.
Yeah.
Like they were pressing so much, like past half court. The
Yeah.
Warriors were like they were just all over them.
They said they're going to try to get a point guard this year. So Celtics are. I don't know who that is. I don't know if you try to go out and get like Dame or something.
I've heard Brogdon a ton.
Brogdon or even like Bradley Beal.
Anyway.
Okay, well, they traded Schroeder
Yeah.
for Tice,
Mhm.
and he didn't play.
Yeah, he didn't play.
Why?
I don't know.
Lonzo, we gotta take that.
Lonzo's
Derek
not getting
White.
traded.
Derek White was
Derek White.
abysmal.
He was good the first game, and then
Yeah.
let straight up was like.
He literally got played off the court.
Yeah.
Like, it was awful.
No, he was money the first game, and everyone was like, "Holy crap!" Like MVP Derek White, and then every game
He
after.
played like 35 minutes a game,
Yeah.
and his rebound line was like 1.5, and he didn't hit it once. He couldn't get 2 rebounds in 35 minutes.
Oh my
That is
goodness.
ridiculous.
Jaylen Brown was the best player on the Celtics.
Oh,
and it wasn't
100%.
close. Wasn't
Yeah.
even close.
Or Horford.
Horford actually was money
yeah,
too.
he was really
Yeah.
good in one too.
He's old though.
I
Yeah.
feel bad for Horford.
Crazy.
I
'Cause
feel,
he was trying to get him a ring.
I feel bad for Tatum because like I opened up Twitter and the dude was just getting.
Oh, dude, he got fried.
I mean, fried after fried is what he got. But
Yeah.
I don't think the Celtics will go anywhere, so
Yeah.
they could be back there.
in my opinion,
No, I'm sure they'll be right.
I think Andrew Wiggins could have been MVP. That's just me.
That'd be
Then
good.
you-
I'd love
did-
that.
I think Curry
Probably
averaged
had-
like 35.
He did average 35, but
Yeah. I'm
Jason
Jason
Tatum.
Didn't he average like 35 when Iguodala won it? Or was he not quite averaging
I don't
35 that year?
I think he had that.
been Iguodala, though. That dude was
Yeah.
trash.
No, it wasn't 35 because he had, well, it might have been.
It was-
He's averaged 30 plus in 3 finals, and that was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he scored
Ooh.
like 0.
I don't know. I just say it because Jason Tatum averaged like 15. So
He had
Yeah.
like, what, one game? He was.
I think one game he didn't even get double digits, did he? I thought-
Wiggins was very good.
Yeah, he was very good. He had like 16 one night.
Yeah, he was grabbing boards like crazy.
Yeah.
They said something like he was leading the series in like blocks behind Robert Williams, leading in defense, and I think leading in rebounds.
Yeah.
And wasn't too far behind the point leaders.
Did y'all see Klay Thompson truck that lady at that parade?
Did a lot of things.
Klay Thompson had a rough parade.
He did. He dropped his ring.
He lost his hat too.
Yeah,
he
that was
lost his
dope.
hat, dropped his ring, trucked a lady.
And he did the Michael Jackson dance.
Wiggins looked
Off this planet.
Yeah, he needed some rest.
Yeah.
I don't know if Deshaun Watson's playing.
Oh yeah. Well,
I saw where 20 of his 24 have been settled. So he's waiting on 4 more.
I thought they were like 63 or whatever.
well, no,
It's
he
like
he had been to
He's been to
66
66.
massages,
Yeah.
but they've only been from 24.
Only 24 like
alleged
claims.
Yeah.
Yeah, that interview that came out with that other NFL player didn't help him. When he was like, if you're an NFL or you're an athlete and you get a masseuse, you keep it because
Yeah.
they know what you want and how to like get you right.
Yeah.
So
That
that's a
was
little
crazy.
weird.
If it like, I want to say I saw like he went once a week for a massage, right?
Mhm.
If you go to 66 different masseuses, that's like a year and a half.
Yeah.
Of it, like, if you can't find a good masseuse in a year and a half.
Yeah. I just don't know why the 4 didn't settle. I wonder if they're like trying to go get more of a bag or something.
I bet so. I bet they're like, all right, you got to pay me $5 million. To
Either they don't want the bag and they actually want it.
That's true. It could be
Some-
doing
All this time again for it to come out and not be true.
Yeah. I feel like if it's taken this long, there has to be some like actual evidence to it. Otherwise, they would have
just figured it out by now.
figured out a long
Yeah,
time.
all the leagues are like so different how they handle that.
Yeah.
Because like Marcelo Zuna is playing,
Yeah.
Trevor Bauer is not supposed to play ever again, and
That's ridiculous.
See,
they
the-
proved Marcelo Zuna did it, and they didn't prove that Bauer did it. It's a little
The
weird.
thing with the NFL that makes me like a tad angry is they care about like on the field stuff way more than off the field stuff. Because like Calvin Ridley got suspended what?
Whole year.
Was it the whole year? The whole year for a $1.5 grand bet on a game he didn't play in. And Deshaun Watson had this whole thing.
It's keeping Pete Rose out of the Hall of Fame, and he's one of the best players ever.
But I'm saying like it's a year suspension for that, and Deshaun's had this and doesn't have a suspension.
Yeah. And he's got the most guaranteed money in like the
Yeah,
shortest
and he
contract.
has. Yeah.
But
then
then
he's guaranteed contract.
DeAndre Hopkins gets 4 games. I don't know.
Yeah, like,
it's so
it's
weird. The
very-
suspension. But I don't know if D-Hop did it. I'm not claiming he did.
Have they
'Cause-
figured that out yet?
No, but there hasn't been anything said. But I think I said it in the last time. Like the UFC's had it before, where like a guy like tested positive, and everyone was like, "How's that possible?" And then he like went to the pills he took, and like they didn't mention that there was like a drug in there, and so like he ended up suing him for like $27 million, and he won it. And so it's also happened to like John Jones, but like sometimes it's just like a picogram. And like it literally is like you can't even see it, and I wouldn't be surprised if that's what he has. It's like a picogram of, some type of drug,
Some kind of PED.
which wouldn't even do anything. It would do nothing to you, because you can't even see a picogram. You have to get a microscope. So, but who knows? Deshaun Watson still has 4 more cases.
Yep.
According to his lawyer, he was going to go through with all 24. Like, he was going to, one by one,
You're like
every week was
Jeez.
going to...
So what are they?
I don't feel like you can play during that though.
Yeah,
Right?
exactly. I don't
Like
know.
I hadn't even paid much attention to it. What are they like trying to get him for?
Sexual assault.
Sexual assault.
Okay.
Touching.
Or harassment.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah. But like he said, 20 of them dropped today. They settled.
20
Said
settled.
he didn't do it.
No.
Well,
They just
Stop.
he gave them some
he
money.
gave enough money. They shut up.
Yeah, his lawyer came out and said something, but I didn't think it helped the situation.
No, his
I won't
lawyer's an
repeat
idiot.
it.
His lawyer's an idiot. I don't even know. I mean, he is, but at the same time, you gotta think, if they've settled 20 cases now,
It's pretty good.
I mean, yeah, they're getting somewhere, but
but still, four is a lot, actually.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
So if one of those if one of those wins, he
one
gets
of the
paid-
girls or one of the.
girls, if one of them's like,
Oh, he done.
It has like
he gets
evidence.
paid $1.
I think if he gets charged with a crime, he gets $1.
Well, then that would also be really funny, because like their backfield would be like, well, it won't have Deshaun Watson, but
Well,
it'd be
currently
funny.
it's Baker, so.
It'd be funny
I think
if
they're
they
trying
had.
to. I think the
Oh.
Panthers won.
I know.
I want to see
I
that
don't-
check
I don't
on
think
Twitter.
Like the
$1 check.
They're probably going to Venmo him.
I
Could have handed
think
him a
the
$1
Browns will
bill.
trade Baker until this whole Deshaun thing is fixed.
Yeah.
True,
That's
but
true, but
that-
does he-
that screws Baker.
Does
Oh,
he
no,
want to
absolutely.
play?
No.
If I'm him,
It
I'm like,
absolutely screws Baker.
like, give him my $18 million, you let Jacoby Brissett
Wait,
play.
isn't there a minimum? Like,
I'm
you
not-
can't pay a player under
He's
this.
signed the contract.
Yeah.
No, that was part of the contract. If he gets charged with any criminal crime, it's $1.
Well, don't sign that.
Well, he thought he was.
Dude, he didn't know if he was going to
Because
play.
when he signed it, everything was like
He also,
smooth.
Yeah, it only happens after you make your money.
Yeah,
That's true. All the girls saw that $240 million and they went, "Ooh, I need some of that."
I need to, yeah.
all guaranteed if it's.
Well, unless it actually happened, then they probably didn't say that. Do you want to talk about your UFC this weekend?
Oh, yeah. They had like the best card of the year. They had 6 first round finishes, which was insane.
Like 6.
6 in the first round.
Isn't that that's a record, isn't it?
It's like tied for the most on a pay per view. I think there was
Sit back in.
I think 12 fights, maybe 13. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's one of those two. But then there was 9 finishes overall,
Wow.
and then
So how many went decision?
4.
Okay.
So, main event was pretty controversy between 48s and 47s.
I heard.
Actually, the funny part is like in like the second round, this guy was getting kicked out. He was drinking, but the whole time he was like, "Let's go Texas, baby! Horns up!" And all these guys like started throwing liquor on him, and so that was pretty funny. People cared about that more.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a pretty good time.
I was told Jed Coyne's a fan behind you. Is that who you're talking about?
No, he was over to the right. I'm trying. Jake was telling me about that.
That little boy. There was a little kid.
Oh yeah, no, he was like 5'2". He basically was just like, yeah, I would beat the crap out of jiu-jitsu people.
And then someone from Oklahoma lost, right?
Yeah, his name's Tim Means, and like the fan is like they're I'm pretty sure they're relatives because we had two different families that were like they were cheering on the fighters. And they were like, his wife was actually like right behind us, and then Tim Means is a guy from Oklahoma, and they're like his nickname's like Dirty Bird, and like they're like, "Come on, Dirty Bird!"
Yeah.
He taps out, and it's like, "Dirty Bird's down! Dirty Bird is down!" And then like in the whole the guy's from Texas, so when he tapped them out, everyone was like, "Let's go!" And he's like, "Y'all three are the only people cheering for the Oklahoma man," you know.
Which that family probably does not give a dang.
No,
no. People say.
No, he just got paid probably like $100K.
The dude just got a bag for getting tapped out.
Yeah, so.
Who is that guy that you took a picture with?
He's a fighter. He's only 1-1 in the UFC, but he was at the ticket booth getting tickets, and I was like,
the UFC fighter had to go to the ticket office?
well, he has to get his tickets at
TC
the.
code.
Oh, okay.
You knew him. Just like
Yeah, I walked up to him, and I was like, "Hey," but.
I thought you meant he was like buying tickets, or was it?
No, he has like the roll call tickets.
Oh,
He was-
okay. I
he was-
thought you meant he was
No, he was walking in VIP, so I wish I was there. Moody Center though, that place is nice.
Where's it at? What is it?
It's right next to the Texas Stadium.
Oh
It's
gosh.
their new.
Oh, it's the
It's
basketball.
the new basketball. It was $13 for a chicken sandwich.
Not nice.
That's not even including the fries we drink.
Was it a good chicken sandwich?
It was alright.
Gronk retired
Gronk did retire.
That pisses me off.
Why?
because is it
It's
real
like the
this time?
6th time
Yeah.
I'm saying.
That's
I think
fair.
Hey,
Not
Brady's
fair.
just gonna call him up again when he switches teams for a third time,
Yeah.
and they're gonna be like, "Hey, Gronk, I need you to come back."
That's true.
Gets carried again.
Yeah. Dude, they actually might not be as good this year, I don't think.
Good.
Tampa Bay.
Is Chris Godwin gonna be healthy?
Not for a while.
Well, they're not good because of Brady.
Come on, Gary.
We're just
No,
gonna
don't
let
you
Garrett
come on,
speak.
Garrett.
We're just gonna let Garrett speak.
I mean, I agree with you to an extent, but
Nah, we're in a segue here.
he put them over the top.
Hey,
Gary.
Gary.
What?
I mean, like,
Throwing it to the other team?
I mean, because you're right. You're right in a way because Jameis Winston was, 10 touchdowns with both Chris Godwin and Mike Evans plus 1,000 yards.
Well, I'm not saying. I realize Tom Brady's better than James.
Do I need to read this comment on this
No, we're
TikTok?
good. Saw that Spencer Sanders got voted the preseason MVP of the Big 12.
What did Gandhi say about him? It was like really there was a tweet. It was like
I don't
someone
know.
said.
I didn't read it.
I-
You had to
it's a
pay
really-
for
Yeah,
it.
you have to pay for 247. So.
But I'm sure it's something like he expects him to be a dog or something
Yeah.
like that.
I could see that.
I mean, he said that last year. He said
He
it
was
like
pretty good
he
last
said
year.
in camp he looked like you add up what he had looked like all of his other years. He looked like double
Yeah.
in camp.
I really do think he's gonna be really
I actually liked him last year.
Really?
And against Notre Dame, he looked
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, Baylor's horrible.
Baylor-
I keep saying
They're
stuff
gonna get
like-
better now that
I keep
Bohannon's
seeing
gone.
predictions they're going to be in the college football playoff. I'm like,
Dude, with Shapen, they might.
Yeah,
that
dude.
QB's better than Bohannon.
dude.
Baylor,
suck.
Shapen?
No, we should have beaten by 20.
Shapen was good.
we should have. We played. That was the worst game we played all year, and we lost by what? 7,
Yard.
6, a yard, and it was what? It was 6 or 7.
I don't know what
less
we
than
should.
that because that
Was it-
touchdown won it pretty easily.
Was it-
I think
I
it was
thought it
like
was-
3.
I thought it was
I
like
was
21-16.
I think it was 4 or 5.
Yeah. I don't know. We should have won both those Baylor games by 20.
Yeah, but that same
Yeah.
thing, they voted for
That's
like
not
everything
proud.
in the Big 12,
Yeah.
and they had Dylan Gabriel winning a lot. I don't know.
I don't know. I think that's a little shaky.
They said like Mr. Clutch or something like that, and then like I could see the newcomer of the year for sure.
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel's supposed to be most accurate passer,
Yeah, that's bullcrap. Well,
Coolest.
he doesn't have much competition for that.
and then coolest in the clutch is the only quarterback ones.
He doesn't have much competition for the accuracy one, to be honest with you. But Special K. What's that?
Special
Special
K
teams
one,
player there.
yeah.
He's pretty good. He takes a lot of pride in that.
Hopefully, Ollie and CJ and Brennan are just. I mean, I know Brennan's not really going to be a running back. He'll probably
Yeah.
be more. But then, like, at the same time, like, if we have to, we'll probably use him there every once in a while, like a
Yeah.
Deebo Samuel kind of type.
Yeah.
Probably.
I saw some people crying. They're like, our receiving core got worse and the line got worse. I think the line's gonna be better than it
I
was.
think the
And
line's
I also,
better.
I don't think the receiving core is.
No.
I'm not
It
sure
maybe
how-
it might be the exact same.
Yeah.
I'm sure that the line could get much worse.
No.
And we added two.
We added two.
Well, three. We keep on saying two. Tyron's counted as a,
Yeah.
what's it called? Well, he's not counted as a transfer. He's counted as a commit.
Yeah.
I think we'll be good.
And Shetron, I mean, that guy, he's supposed to go to OU. So.
Yeah. If they take the load off Spencer, I think we'll be pretty good.
Yeah.
Like if he's has to force passes or
Yeah,
like
it's-
scramble a whole lot, then it could be
It's
rough.
yeah.
Yeah, I think when he gets like too overconfident, that's when problems are created.
Heck, when he did that run against OU, I said, "Oh Lord!"
Yeah.
And then he,
Yeah.
what was it, 39-yard touchdown?
Yeah.
I mean, in the first game, we saw like what 3 or 4 different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was Desmond Jackson was a starter,
Mm-hmm.
and then he got
LD
hurt.
came in,
Oh.
and then Warren
LD,
came in.
yeah, he was the starter.
Richardson, and then
Where is LD?
He goes.
Sam Houston. No, that's where Desmond went. So that was a mistake.
LD
I think
on a
LD is
team. I think he's like on
One of them
the
went to Sam
Jets
Houston
practice.
State.
The Jets practice squad, maybe.
Oh.
He ain't gonna be working running back. Brees Hall.
But yeah, Warren was
Nah, he's
freaking
way
good.
down
I want another coach that told him he wouldn't be. He wouldn't
I do
work
too.
until-
I don't know who. Like, do you have a clue who you even
I
think it'd be?
don't know.
Yeah.
At some point, someone said it was Les Miles, but I don't think that's right.
They said it was a Big 12 coach.
Yeah, it was a Big
so
12 coach.
I guess he was at Kansas, but
Oh, that is
screw
fair.
Les Miles.
Yeah, I was like, that's the only thing I'd ever heard.
Was he?
about him.
He's supposed to turn Kansas around.
He
Should
was.
listen to
Less is more.
Quinn Ewers supposed to have the biggest arm or something like that, which that may
I'm
be true.
so ready for them just to be like mediocre.
I bet they'll be pretty freaking good.
I mean, Worthy's good,
Worthy's very good.
and so is Robinson.
No,
But
they're
they still have all those stupid defenders that they've had
Yeah.
since like
Overshawn.
Corn Dog was
Yeah.
there. I think Jamison's still there.
He is still
He's been there for forever.
Dude, he's definitely used COVID year like twice.
I heard he's supposed to be like the 5th best punt returner in the league this year.
Well, he already
Back in the nation.
was. But he's that dude that freaking gets mossed all the time. So I'm fine.
That's also true.
Our receivers own him.
That's true.
I mean, we already give up returns. So just chalk one up against Kansas State because they do it
K-State, yeah.
every single time.
Yeah, we're not very good at that.
I'd say Kansas State's ridiculous at it.
Tyler Lockett.
Both of them.
Yeah.
Pringle.
And thank you guys for watching. That has been the 405 Sports Roundup.